What's going on, crew? Clawmaster here, and this is the first episode of, I want to say, 5 more episodes after this regarding the behind-the-scenes look and thoughts on each of the episodic episodes I made for the past month or two, leading up to the big cancellation of my debut, in my exploration of how to tell a story without using much assets at my disposal. So I'm going to be discussing the whole process. I'm going to be discussing my thoughts, seeing some footage, and maybe even pop up my edits as far as like why the reasoning for some of these ideas and whatnot. So let's not wait on this. Let's begin our first episode now. To start things off, I'll just play the entire episode, episode 1, and just kind of talk over it per usual when it comes to these behind the scenes documentary type of videos. So I'm going to play now. Okay, so I think where I want to start off with is so my whole idea when it comes to when I debut, when I enter the VTuber sphere, one of the things I wanted to do is basically tell more of a story lore-wise than I've seen other VTubers are doing right now. One of the things I've noticed, given my short time within the scene, is that a lot of VTubers, what they'll do is they'll debut, they'll talk about their lore on the first day, and then they won't go back to it afterwards, and they'll play games. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the lore with a lot of VTubers are, hey, I got stuck in this world and I need to pay off debt, or hey, I got stuck in this world and I just want to play games to make friends, and that's fine. Like I have no issue with that. But like I haven't really seen much of anybody really kind of dive deep into much more of, like, you know, what can these characters can do, like what, you know, can there be a storyline that can be more developed and kind of really branch off than just the usual thing. Because one of the things I really have seen from my past time streaming before even VTubing, like if you wanted to go on stream on Twitch and play games, you know, that's fine. But as a viewer, like I can watch any number of the high profile streamers and get that same thing for what I'm looking for. So for VTubing, you know, it's very much the same idea what I'm seeing, but also I like the fact that the scene has been branching off and just been exploring new areas and new revenues in terms of how far some a VTuber can take their character into whatever area or subject or whatnot. So there's some cool things happening, but it's still early on. This scene is very, very early on, at least from my experience, from my knowledge so far. That's a long way of me saying, like, here's my thoughts on how I want to take this direction in my episodic series. So in that aspect, episode 1, obviously, it was just basically I'm not doing anything too fancy and not trying to get anything too complicated. Like the entire story of Clawmaster and just what these episodic episodes are basically a general hero versus bad guy storyline. Nothing too complicated, and something I want to start off like simple first, and then after that, then I can really get crazy. And it's like, all right, what can I do with these characters now? So essentially, the whole idea behind episode 1 of this debut, I guess per se, when it comes to the audio version, is basically, at this time I didn't have the PNG thing I'm using right now. Actually, like I only had my logo and my voice, and then my video editing prowess. So what I end up doing is that I thought about, you know, how can I tell a story when it comes to these things that I want to explore, and I've been trying to figure it out prior to that, like at least a month or two, and I discovered, like, yes, I could do this through audio. I can like an audiobook in some capacity, but as a video editor in mind, like I myself have more technical abilities to flesh it out, not only just audio wise, but, you know, visually as well. So the idea behind episode 1 was Clawmaster he is trying to communicate with the human world and is trying to talk to other people in regards to, hey, he's born on the internet. So to him, like, he has never interacted with anybody within the human world or this world per se, and he somehow found a way to channel whatever things he has, be it like through some technology he found, or he actually is some kind of engineer and able to connect to the human world and have this audio broadcast. So basically the whole point of this episode 1 was him like contacting the human world and like saying, I'm contacting you, I'm a superhero in training, and this is my message to all villains who may be out there, and like, I'm gonna kick your ass. So it was basically like just a kind of like almost like a promo, almost, if you think about it. It's very much like a wrestling promo for Clawmaster, and just like him just spouting out like, you ain't no shit. I'm coming for you. And it basically just became that, and it's just a way for him just to kind of introduce himself in a way that I think he would. Because he is a cocky motherfucker. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but Clawmaster as the character is just a cocky son of a bitch. He's a cocky son of a bitch, but he has a heart. So it's kind of the basis of what he is. I mean, like, the whole point of the character, I base it around, it's like Naruto, but like just more cocky. So, but like, yeah, like he is trying to communicate, and he's trying to basically put the message out there saying like, yes, I'm here. I'm trying to contact people within the human world, and this is my message to all the villains as well. Like, hey, if you're out there trying to be evil, I'm gonna kick your ass. And that's pretty much like the main basis of episode 1. So that's kind of like what the direction I'm going towards. I'm not going to anything too complicated, and some of the stuff when it comes to regarding like what I did in as far as like the process of creation wise in Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects is simply like the audio, like obviously I recorded on Audacity, and I have a mixer here, so like I did like change the voice when in the beginning when you hear I'm saying Clawmaster saying hello. Basically it's me going back and forth with the dial like left to right. That's why you hear left to right in terms of like me trying to communicate, or Clawmaster trying to communicate with you. Episode, like in terms of like effects and whatnot, like there really wasn't much else going on. Like, I got some of this video background from a website I'm subscribed to that gives me free stock footage. So I got a kind of an interesting like red background to match the motif of Clawmaster's colors, because he's wearing red armor, red most part. And yeah, like in After Effects I got the audio spectrum effect going on with the audio of my voice, so that visually tell what I'm saying along with the subtitles. So really not much going on regarding to what effects I'm using that really would amplify this. Again, the whole point of the episode 1 was to introduce the character, introduce his intentions, and just kind of like start a basic good versus evil storyline when it came to and obviously one of the other things I do want to point out is using my normal voice, because I am not a voice actor, and I have filters which I did use for other voices in this entire series, and in the future I definitely want to kind of hone in on that, but for now, no. They're basically trying to get everything done for the debut in the future. But it was something I definitely have I have ideas, and definitely something that I want to get more into in the future. And with this episodic series, it definitely was something that was interesting, but also was a creative obstacle for me to try to tell a story with the limited amount of things I had in my potential. So again, thank you for those who did watch all of my episodic things, because I sometimes surprise myself, like, wait, people actually watch this stuff. But yeah, sorry that I didn't have the actual file, I guess, or the actual thing, so I can actually show you guys what kind of went into the process of making episode 1. But and I do know that the rest of the episodes I have files for that I can show off in Premiere Pro. In terms of like, here was the process of how I did this and this and this. So, with that being said, thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next week for my thought on episode 2.